Hi, I'm Jonas. This is Sublime Media, and on this channel I talk about records and record-related stuff, like today when I'm going to do a update video. What is an update video? Well, I bought a lot of collections in 2024 from my shop, sublimemedia.se. And when I stumbled upon like first pressings or really early pressings in good condition, I swapped them for later reissues in my collection. So I got sort of the best for myself, and I'm selling the crap to my customers. No, I'm only kidding. Like, so this video is actually going to be called like the essentials of rock or something like that, just for clickbait. But it's with a pinch of humor in it, because who am I to say that anything is essential, you know? So we're just having fun here. This is, to me, these are essential records that should be in everyone's, you know, collection if you're into 60s and 70s rock, you know, that kind of deal. But if you don't agree with me, put that down in the comments. What do you agree with me? What do you don't? What don't you agree with me on? Do you have different pressings, sound-wise? You know the deal. So let's have a conversation. Also, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. That helps out. That's the best way to support this channel, really. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with this one. This is my favorite Fleetwood Mac record. I think so, at least top 3. And I'm a fan of the later stuff without Peter Green, sure. But the Peter Green Fleetwood Mac is my favorite. It's the one that I go back to most often. I still find things in his solos that is just like mind-blowingly good. And I managed to upgrade this for a first German press. So I'm gonna sound like an old fart here, but I would buy this way before I bought Rumors, really. Rumors is a great record too, but this is going to keep you interested for so many years. So yeah, then play on. Fleetwood Mac. Another essential record is this one. This is with a little help from my friends, with Joe Cooker. Definitely one of rock's best voices. And what personality he had recording his debut. I mean, Jimmy Page, Steve Winwood, ripping it up in the studio. Really good. So highly recommended if you don't have it. This is a first Scandinavian press, and it sounds good. Yeah, definitely essential in my opinion. You have songs like obviously A Little Help from My Friends, I Shall Be Released, the Bob Dylan song, but just like a Woman, Feeling Alright by Dave Mason, great one, Traffic song. So yeah. So I think that this next group is a little bit underrated. Sure, they have a great following, and you know, but there's some artists that we collect that we almost are a little bit ashamed of collecting because they are so common, like Moody Blues. I have minty fresh first pressings of them. I don't think that I have paid more than like €5 for any of them. And the same goes with this. First UK press of Bee Gees' first record. Not the first, but it's called the first record. With New York Mining Disaster 1941, To Love Somebody. This like hits after hits. Music-wise, fantastic. Voices, fantastic. Really good songwriting. So I don't think that Bee Gees get the sort of kudos that they should. They should be talked about in the same sentence as all the other pop groups from the UK in this time period. But maybe they aren't that hip and cool to collect. I'm just guessing here. But if you like that one, you are going to adore this. This is also one that you can get for like €5 in pristine condition, original press, you know, horizontal with Bee Gees. This is the third one that they did, or the second one after the first record. But lyrically, this is much darker. Music-wise, much darker. They blend a lot more genres in this. Really good. Essential in my opinion. Check this out if you haven't. And also, if you know more material from Bee Gees, can you like get me on the right path? I like the darker, sad Bee Gees. If there are any of their 70s, like early 70s material that I should check out, please write that in the comments. So going from pop to the blues, this is John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. That rendition of the Blues Breakers anyway, A Hard Road, 1967. Had a mid-70s reissue, so maybe even late 70s reissue, and now I have a first stereo press of this. I think that this is my favorite John Mayall record. It's better than the Beano record in my opinion, even if that is more classic. He did some amazing records, especially in the 60s, with just super musicians. Like Peter Green plays his heart out on this one. John McPhee, amazing. Ashley Dunbar, later in Ashley Dunbar's realization. Just core record. Maybe this in this pressing is a little bit more expensive than the other ones that we have talked about. You can get reissues and stuff like that, but get a copy of this that sounds good and just enjoy the music. I don't think you will be sorry. Again, Essential. This is the Electric Flag, an American music band, a long time coming. Also late 60s. I want to say 68, 69, something like that. UK stereo press. You can see the stereo sticker there. Buddy Miles ripping the kit. You also have Mike Bloomfield obviously on guitar. Really nice guitar work on this one. And there's the label there. Yeah, another classic that I got to upgrade now for a clean, super clean first UK press. Highly recommended. Yeah, this is a Desert Island disc for me. This is Spirit, the best Spirit record, maybe on my top 50 of all time. There's not a bad song and not a bad second on this one. Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, gatefold sleeve. Cheap as hell. You can get you get 5 original US pressings in good conditions for every Taylor Swift reissue. I love that Epic label. I know that there's some variations on where the stereo is, in this case, under the Epic logo, but I think that all of them are of the variations are first US pressings. Yeah, and as I said, Essential, folk, prog, psych, pop. This has everything. Every single song is a masterpiece. Check it out. And talking about a classic record, I actually had a mid-70s of this where White Shade of Pale was, but the early pressings, original pressings of this didn't have White Shade of Pale. It was a single. They had a monster hit with it, and after that, all of these, the self-titled first record that they put out, had a White Shade of Pale. I think they even started the records with a White Shade of Pale. So Procol Harum, 1966, 7, not something like that. I had one of those like 70s with a White Shade of Pale on, but now I have a first German press. Sounds great. Maybe the first real like full out prog group blending folk, pop, rock and classical music in a perfect sort of way. Procol Harum, self-titled. So you got to have some traffic, don't you? This is the self-titled record. I think the second one from 67, maybe. Late 60s. I won't say late 60s. This comes with the booklet that is inside the gatefold. There's the gatefold there and backside. I love that island logo, the big island logo up in the corner. Really nice. You can see this is the Scandinavian first press on Pink Island with the bullseye to the left, and NCB, which is Scandinavian pressings. Great one also. Not as good as Mr. Fantasy, their first one, but I mean, still an 8 out of 10 record. Okay, this next one, I won't pull it out because it's so tight in the plastic sleeve. I need to do something about that. But Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street, Rolling Stones' best album, I think, at least top 3. I adore this record. There's a documentary on the recording of this. Check that out. But it's essentially like before they recorded this, they had some problems with the tax man, so they fled the country, went to France, moved into a castle that Keith Richards had, and recorded this on a portable mobile recording studio in the basement. That's sort of the gist of it. Now some of it was actually recorded in studio also, so not all are like basement tapes, but I love the story, I love the documentary, it's a good one, check that out. Yeah, again, essential. First US press. I had a 2012 or 10 reissue of that, the only sort of modern reissue in my Stones collection. Oh man, this is so good. And I looked at all the bells and whistles, the matrix numbers, everything like that, and I'm pretty sure this is the first US press. Not that it's super hard to get, because I think they sold millions of this, but it's pretty nice to have one. This is Harvest with Neil Young, it's 1972 maybe. Inside of the sleeve, and there's the backside from the barn where they recorded some songs, not all, but some of the songs were actually recorded like in the barn at his ranch. Now if you look at the cover, can you see that it's like textured? And that's cool, because the original press also came with a lyrics sheet that folds out like this, and let's see if you can see that, but this is also actually textured, which is kind of neat. But here's the problem, I think, with that, because the inner sleeve that it came with was also textured. So if you can, I don't know if you see that, but it's like sandpaper almost, both outside and inside of the sleeve. So I think that because they came like that, most of them are sort of trashed to start with if they have been housed in one of those sleeves. I think that this the former owner of this, from a big collection I bought, had it in a different sleeve. So there's the label there, the Steamboat. So I'm blessed with a minty fresh copy of this, and it sounds so good. Like, we are going to go get back to Neil Young in a minute or two, but this sounds great. I mean, the bass is thick and almost thumping. Great details, voice spots in the middle, you know, and it's recorded on 3 different locations, I think, where Man Needs a Maid sounds like so-so. I have to be honest, like so-so. The orchestration, it's a little bit too much, but when there are more acoustic instruments and calmer songs, this really flies. Okay, so the next one, nice to have a new updated version of this, the Allman Brothers Band, self-titled. Inside of gatefold. Yeah, and the spine, it's a wide spine, it's really nice. There's the label there. It plays better than it looks, but the cover is in great condition, so this is a keeper, definitely. And what a record, like whipping post, amazing. Yeah, Allman Brothers, essential. Going back to blues again, this is a first UK stereo press of Taj Mahal. This is his first debut record. There's the stereo sticker there, I love that. This is his first record, and I have to say, like, I bought the second one many years ago, and the third one, and not at all on par with this. This is a masterpiece. There's not a bad second on this, and his playing is amazing. There's the label, the direction label. Taj Mahal, if you're at all a little bit interested and haven't heard this, check this out. It's in my opinion, it's essential. Okay, I won't pull this out of the, because it's still in shrink, so I don't want to rip that. I think I had the same copy, but not in shrink, and this is in mint condition, like it's in perfect condition. Foghat. I don't know if I think that this is essential record. But this is one that I updated with, so I wanted to show it. But I don't know, man. Of all the records that I'm showing you, this is probably my least favorite one. But good old, like, 70s rock and roll. So write in the comments if you don't agree with me that this is a essential record, a staple in time, like a core record in any collection. I'm talking about Disraeli Gears. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always pronounce it wrong. With Cream. 66 maybe, 67. Man, oh man, what a record. This is so good. Not a bad second. I mean, you can just for the cover artwork alone, this is essential. Unfortunately, a little bit bent corner, but other than that, it's in great condition. Vinyl plays fantastically. Looks like hardly never played. On the reaction also, the reaction label. First, if I did all got all the info correct, this is a first UK press of this. One of the first forever, and it's not so super expensive. But I just, through all my years of collecting, like 20 years or something like that, I've always settled with my mid-70s reissue, and this blows that out of the park. Just put another tenner or two into the budget and get a great like original press, like first press. I think this is core material too. I had the same pressing, but this is a little bit nicer, so that's why the update. But this is stand up with Jethro Tull, their second one. Again, not a bad second. On this one, it's amazing, and it's called stand up because they actually stand up. So if you have this, you know about it, but if you don't have it, it's kind of nice. Like, it looks kind of quirky. It's a nice one. Never seen one ripped, so people seem to have taken pretty good care of it. It's on the Island label. It's a NCB, so a Scandinavian press with the bullseye. Love those pink Island labels. And in this case, if you are from Sweden, otherwise I don't think you feel it's that funny. But look at the 33 RPM mark. It always says 33 RPM, but in this case it says 33 varv, and varv is rotations in Sweden. So definitely a Swedish press. Sounds great. Good condition, nice update. Yeah, stand up with Jethro Tull. Another one. This sounds great. I don't know. I feel like Stephen Stills, he's not the... I think he's a pretty sloppy guitar player, to be honest. And his writing is just like he writes the same thing all over again. So I'm going to be bashed for this. But Stephen Stills 2, it's a good record. Maybe not essential, not core at all. His first one is better. I think that the recording quality is better on this one. Sound quality, flexing your system maybe a little bit. The Atlantic label, but yeah, a good solid one, and goes for peanuts. Like €5 you get a minty copy, I think. Still hasn't changed in 20 years. You can still get a copy for next to nothing. I think I have in my store, I have 3 copies of that right now. Kept the best one for myself. And talking about Stephen Stills, but actually you shouldn't, because this is a more or less a Al Cooper record. Super Session. Yeah, so Al Cooper, he went into the studio, he booked 2 days and wanted to record with Mike Bloomfield. Mike Bloomfield plays his heart out on the first side, but decided he didn't want to play on the second day, so they didn't have material for an entire record. So he called Stephen Stills from nowhere, asked him if he wanted to play on the record, and the rest is history. So Stephen Stills is occupying the second side. Now the first side is my preferred side. I think that Mike Bloomfield is playing really, really good, and as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen Stills guitar playing, so that's the preferred side for me. Is it essential? Yeah, I think so. Like, Super Sessions is one of the first records I ever bought back in the day. Went for nothing. Like, you could get this for €1 in any thrift store, and it's still a very inexpensive record. So when it comes to sort of rock with horns, or brass rock, or whatever you want to call it, Blood, Sweat and Tears second one, self-titled record, is, yeah, I don't know if it's essential for every record collection, but if you're into that sort of horn-based music, then I think that maybe something for you. There's the label, first UK press, stereo press. If I went with only one of these like horn rock records, I would go for Chicago's second one, the blue 2LP record. That's the best one, in my opinion. But yeah, Cheap Heat, great one, has some good tunes on it. Like, yeah, if you find it, get it. If you don't have it. Okay, so now I need your help on this one. For each year, I get a little bit more sort of used to this. It's not my favorite Neil Young record, not by a long stretch, but Suma, it's climbing on my Neil Young list, and this is actually a first German press. So there's the original inner sleeve. I had a 2000s reissue, so it's nice to don't have a modern reissue of this, and now I have a original German press. But looks like this with the Gemma. The problem with this is that it doesn't sound good. It just doesn't sound good. And I'm going to look for a first US press to really compare, see if it's as catastrophic as this one. But do you know? Do you have a copy? Does it sound good? Please let me know in the comments. So Suma, and staying with Neil Young, staying with the doesn't sound really good. A little bit better, but still. Is Tonight's the Night. This is my second favorite Neil Young record after On the Beach. Music wise, this is a 10 or 11 out of 10 record. Great one. Minty fresh, wide spine. Look at that, like really wide spine. Comes with an original inner in great condition also, and yeah, the record looks like new. Looks like it's never been played, except by me. Slightly better, but not super good. So I was a little bit disappointed. I had a Bahamas press of this, sold it because I got this, and I think that sounded better than this, actually. So yeah, let me know. Do you have a press of this? Which one do you have, and how does it sound? 10 years after, this is a space in time, like 70, 72 maybe, something like that. This is also Cheap Heat. You can don't get fooled by the pretty dull cover artwork. This is such a good record. Sure, it has like 2 or 3 tracks that is, or 1 or 2 tracks that is like pretty dull, but the rest is just insane. And I think that this is the best guitar album for Alvin Lee. He plays so good on this one. Managed to find a first UK press. I think it's UK on Chrysalis. Yeah, again, minty fresh. Sounds like a dream. Really good sound quality also. So the first 5 10 years after records is worth seeking out. All of them are great, you won't be disappointed, and they cost next to nothing, even in original pressings. Like the DRAM, even the DRAM material is pretty cheap. And last but definitely not least, I got an update, a minty fresh copy of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Yeah, look at that. This is always like really ring wear and black from and dirty, and this is just in such perfect condition. Vinyl looks unplayed. Scandinavian first press. Sounds really good. I was surprised over the sound quality, but I always am when I play Sabbath. I sort of, in my back of my mind, I always expect that Sabbath is a dirty sounding band, and they are not. They, from the first record, like, they sound brilliant. Really good recording quality. So I'm always like a little bit sort of blown away or baffled of the sound quality of all the records. But yeah, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, minty fresh Scandinavian press, first press of that, and that's it. So hope you enjoyed that. Showed some core, records, and please comment, subscribe, give the thumbs up, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone.